What's the date? 3rd of July. Exactly a month before my birthday. We are 12 weeks out from Mr Olympia. And we are training arms and legs. I've been on a growth phase for the past 8 weeks. We still got at least 2 more weeks to go, maybe 4 weeks, depending on how my conditioning and everything is in the next 2-3 weeks. But we kept things pretty tight. I believe if I want to be show ready right now, I need only like 6 weeks to diet down. My weight is 13 kilos over my cap. Usually I'm around 100 kilos when I'm ready. I'm 109 now, and my weight cap is 96. So that last 3-4 kilos, it just comes off on the day we have to make weight. So yeah, I'm excited to be back on YouTube. It's been 3-4 months, so I haven't done any videos. Just been focusing more on Instagram, clients, dad duties, full on, trying to be the best husband I can be and help my wife because she's also pregnant. And guess what? The baby is due maybe before Olympia, who knows? So I gotta have another kid before I go away for my show. And it's funny, it's always been a dream of myself and my wife, just to be on that Olympia stage. And guess what? She's pregnant, so she can't be there. We've been working towards this goal since literally I met her, which was about 6 years ago. And perfect timing to get pregnant. Hey? All right, I talk so much shit. I don't know what you're gonna do with this. That's good. I usually start I'm not gonna start my workout. I'm gonna start doing my warm-ups. But today's warm-up is gonna be pretty quick. We just do a bit of core, and I just do some calves, and then we get into arm workout. So on my leg days or limbs day, which is arms and legs, I always start with a set of plank. I hold it for 2 minutes, and then I go on the other side of the gym. We do some calves, superset with ab crunches. So I'm only doing like 2 sets of abs in total, but I do about 3 sets for calves, and then I warm up for biceps. All right. Yeah, I've recently been doing upper and lower splits. I don't know if you've done it before.
Is it any good?
It is. It depends what muscle you can't train your quads like every 3rd day. Yeah. But if it's something like hammies, back, because this way I'm hitting my back every 3rd day, and I'm still recovering. Before I was doing a 3-day split, 3 day on, 1 day off, 3 day on, 1 day off. Yeah. So I was hitting back every 4th day. Now it's every 3rd day. I do a little bit less volume. I do 8 sets. I was doing 10 sets, but I get to hit it every 3rd day. And same with the arms. Like you can literally train your arms every other day because they recover pretty quickly.
Yeah, because you're just doing hamstrings and triceps today. So
I'm doing arms and hamstrings.
Oh, full arms, yeah.
So I have upper and lower. My upper always starts with back because it's a priority. And the lower split or limbs, it starts always with arms because it's a priority. And then rest, same thing, but different exercises. All right, so everything we do, we track it. That's something I've been doing the past 6-7 years, every workout, and that's when I've made the most amount of progress when it comes to, my muscularity and everything. You should know, how much you lift each time you train. You should track it. You should try to make progress, even when you're in deficit. Obviously, when you're deep in prep, the goal is just maintenance to maintain your tissues. But majority of the time, unless I'm like 2-3 weeks out, I'm training to progress. I live to grow. I don't live to burn fat. I don't live to burn calories. You burn calories upstairs. All right, so for this one, last time, I did 50 kilos for 13 reps. I'm gonna start warming up. Always for the first exercise of each muscle group, I do a few warm-up sets. Depending on the exercise, if it was like quads and I'm squatting, I might do like 6 warm-up sets. Or something like biceps, I can literally start with 25 kilos and then do like 35, 45, get to 50. So 4 sets, but it's gonna be like 6 reps, 4 reps, 2 reps, 2 reps, you know what I mean? Like I'm not trying to fatigue, create too much fatigue. I'm just trying to prepare for my first set. I see a lot of guys when they do their warm-ups, they do like 4 sets of 10 and they slowly up their weight. And it's just creating too much fatigue, you know? You won't be primed for your first set. You don't want to be tired before your first set. You want to be fresh. So the goal is just to get a good squeeze and good stretch, not going anywhere near failure.
So a lot of guys try and build up the weight too quickly as well.
Yeah.
So you know how you said you're trying to beat every week?
Yeah.
How often would you actually beat it?
But when I say beating, like let's say last week I did 13 reps, 12 reps, and 11 reps. Okay? Even if I do an extra rep for the first set or the last set, that's a win for me. So 1 rep, you know, or 2 reps. I'm not trying to go heavier each time I train. And sometimes you do an exercise and you're like, I don't think my last 2 reps, you know, the quality was there. So you make a note next time, if you just nail the execution from the first to the last rep, that is a progress. You're creating more tension, right? This is such a good machine, eh? Have you used it?
Yeah, the new tech stuff's amazing. This one, I love the leg extension.
Yeah.
And also the chest press is really good too.
That chest press is good.
Yeah, I'd never used new tech before.
Yeah, I've actually trained at New Tech Gym in Vegas.
Oh yeah?
Massive gym,
Yeah.
like 10 times bigger than this. And it's all New Tech.
So that's why you get to Olympia a little bit earlier too, isn't it? Just to settle in.
Yeah, of course. Because it's they are, I think, I don't remember, like 16 hours behind or something.
Yeah.
So it's gonna take a few days for your digestion and everything, you know,
Yeah.
to go back to normal after a very long flight.
And you don't train when you arrive, do you?
Depending when I arrive, but usually on the day, no.
Like, do you
Next day I do.
you feel too fatigued?
You're fatigued, like, you know, you might be dehydrated, your body is just not used to it. After a good sleep, it's a good opportunity for you to train. And I always make sure, I mean, my coach does that, but when I'm on the plane, because it's long, it's 24 hours, okay? So we plan everything, like when I'm supposed to be sleeping on my flight, you know? And on the flight, it's literally, I'm already adjusting to the time in US when it comes to sleep and wake up time. So when I get there, whatever time it is, you know, I don't feel as fatigued.
But when do you start that process?
Literally just a day before my flight.
okay.
And if I have to stay up that night, it's fine, I would stay up. Usually my flight's in the morning and I might have to wake up at like 3 a.m. or something just to stay up and then go to the airport later in the day, which is fine. And then I think I'm not sleeping for a few hours. Then after 8 hours or something, it's like bedtime. I take a pill or something, I pass out, and then I'm good. All right, warm-up's done. 3 minutes rest, and then start. I always track my rest period. So when you see me fuck around with the camera, you know, playing with my phone, taking videos, it doesn't mean I'm not training hard. I'm taking too much rest. Track everything.
So I hear a lot of people say that 3 minutes is good, but for something like a leg workout, you should have more rest.
Yeah.
What do you think?
It depends how taxing it is. For me, it's if I'm doing arms and it's single arm, I'm good after 2 minutes. I don't even need 3 minutes because I'm already at the gym for 2 hours. Well, and with the tempo and everything, I do everything slow, so it takes a bit more time. And at the same time, I'm getting a little bit more rest. Like if I'm doing let's say I'm doing a bicep curl on this side, and it takes me 60 seconds. You know, some people might do it in 30 seconds. So the other side is getting an extra 30, 45 seconds rest or whatever. And it's really up to you. Whenever you feel like you're ready, okay? If it's 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, I don't recommend resting for more than 3 minutes for arms. For something like hack squat, you might need 5, 6 minutes. But the most important thing is to track it all and make sure you stay consistent no matter how long you're resting, so your progress is more accurate.
So you're saying that if you get, say, 8 reps on a hack squat, but you only rest 3 minutes, but then you get 8 reps the next time, but you only rest, well, you rest 6 minutes, you reckon you should be able to pump out another one, depending on obviously how you're feeling?
Yeah. What I'm saying is that the rest period should be consistent for the progress, for the your tracking to be more accurate, if that makes sense. Yeah. If one day you're resting 3 minutes before, let's say you do your first set of doing an incline or hack squat, whatever. You do your first set this week, you rest for 3 minutes. You do 10 reps first set, then 8. And then next week you rest for 10 minutes in between your set. And then you end up doing another 10 reps. So you haven't really made progress. You've just rested an extra 6, 7 minutes.
It's so scientific, isn't it? The whole bodybuilding process.
It is, but it's not at the same time. It's simple. It's really simple. Just keep everything consistent, you know? Do the exact same shit and try to progress.
Yeah.
Even if your form is shit, it's fine.
So you use an app to track, or you have your own?
I use app for my clients to track, but I have a sheet. Obviously, I do have a coach, and this is what my coach uses. It's like a sheet, you know? You just track everything as you go. But I do have an app for my clients. All right. Okay. Gonna see how this goes. I'm actually going up in weight because the last time I did 13, 12 and 11, and I'm supposed to stay within, like, for the first set to hit 11 to 12 reps. So I've already maxed that out, so I know I'm ready. Even if I get 10 reps, it's fine. And I always start with my weak side, which is my left side. Good. Got 11.
So you said you start with the weaker arm.
Yeah.
So what do you do when you hit the target with the weak arm? Do you match it with the other arm? Yeah.
I just match it. It's not so much. We can maybe by like 1 rep, but it's more the look to me, right, than the strength. My right side looks better than my left. Yeah, it's not so much weaker.
You're right-handed?
No, I'm left-handed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's funny, hey?
I'm the same because I'm right-handed and my left I think looks better.
Yeah. Maybe somehow I've overused my left hand. I've overtrained my left hand. you know what I mean? Maybe. Intra workout. Got some carbs, EAAs, creatine, salt, glycerol. What else? There's a lot of shit. It's like 5-6 different supplements.
Shit that works though.
I know.
Because what do you have, 20 to 30 grams carbs in there?
Got 20 before, 20 intra. I don't eat before my workout, I drink. You know, in the past, I was a big believer that you have to eat before your workout. It's the most important time. I never trained until I had 2 meals in. I always used to train after the second meal. Then it was last year, February, that one of my family members was in hospital. So I had to be in the hospital for a few days, from like 6 o'clock in the morning until like 9-10 p.m. every day for like 3 days. So I'm like, I'm not gonna miss a session. I was actually prepping. I started training early. I started training at like 4 a.m. So I was training at 4 a.m. until 5:30, then go to the hospital. And then I would meal prep at night just when I get home quickly. So I would sleep like 3-4 hours. It was only for a few days. Even though I wasn't sleeping enough, I had the best workout. I'm like, you know what? I want to keep training in the morning. My performance was good. And it does make sense to, if you want to prioritize your training, it makes sense to do it when you are the most fresh in the morning. I can't imagine training after working for 6, 7, 8 hours, you know?
So what time do you wake up now?
Now 5 a.m.
5 a.m. So
But
you
when
got
I
a
get
bit
deep
of time.
in prep, I usually sleep a little bit less.
Yeah.
I just can't sleep. So I'm up 4 a.m.
Yeah. So you give yourself a bit of time. You wake up and then you wake up properly. You're fresh for the session. Yeah.
Yeah. I wake up, I literally, I go to the toilet. As usual, I take a shit. Like everyone does. Hope they do it.
Yeah.
And then I do a bit of vacuum work. I get dressed. I pee in the morning. And I get dressed. I come down. I have my drink, which is with half a liter of water. So 500 water, times up. I have that, and then I have my pre-workout as I'm driving, half a liter. So I got 1 liter in, and then I have another liter here. So 2 liters by the time I finish my workout. Always second set feels better. Nine. So 11 first set and then 9.
Feels better, but you never get the same reps.
I know. Feel, I mean, like from the start I can feel it, and I can get a really good squeeze. Nine. So first set we got 11, then 9. Next set probably less. Why? Because you should be more fatigued after each set if you actually push hard. and if your execution stays the same. So you shouldn't be able to lift the same weight over and over.
So when you go up in weight, if the second set's still at 9, do you up the weight for the second set as well, or you wait till the 9 catches up to the same rep range?
It depends, but usually yes. So weight stays the same for me. I don't touch the weight throughout the set. Unless I'm doing a top set and back off set, which is really rare. I might do a top set and back off set for, I don't do top set and back off sets for like, I do for quads, which is the squat. If I do squats, like pendulum squat or something, I do one for chest, one heavy set and a back off set, and I do one for back, which is usually a row. So a heavier set and a back off set. So only 3 exercises throughout the week. I do top set and back off set. The rest, it's like me keeping the weight the same and trying to get more reps the first set, and then I'll just do less and less and less as I go.
So pretty much the big compound lifts you're doing the...
But make sure I do it one time, I do it like really heavy and then back off set. Yeah. I don't know what's behind it, it just makes sense to do it. And I just feel good by doing it. Also, if you are abusing PEDs, it's going to affect it. Like, I haven't taken like trend for years, you know, or even my cycles haven't been anything crazy. I swear I take less than a lot of majority of the amateurs. Right now, I'm kind of picking, and I haven't done this for a very long time, and I'm just trying to push for a little bit more size for a short period of time. I'm taking just under 2 grams. And I'm prepping for Olympia. A lot of you take more than 2 grams, amateurs, and they're just doing amateur shows. I won my pro shows taking around a gram of gear. I was on like 350 tests or something. No, not even 350. 300 tests, I think. Around 600 to 800 mass.
Who determines the amount?
My coach. You always need a coach, you know. People ask me, oh, why do you have a coach? You have so many clients. My clients ask me. I'm like, any professional has a coach. Like, you play tennis, you have a coach. You play soccer, you have a coach. You always need that second eye. If anything, you need coach more than any other sport in bodybuilding, because when you're deep in prep, you literally get body dysmorphia. Like, you look at yourself, like, oh my God, I'm fat, I'm skinny. You're never in the right headspace. So it's good to have that second eye, and it's good to have someone you can trust and literally leave everything to him. So you don't worry about anything. You just get the job done if you trust that person. And I'm very, very coachable, you know. Even though, and with the mindset and stuff with my coach, we are very similar. A lot of people would hire coaches, but they're not listening to them, and they always question things. I mean, it's okay to ask questions. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you're always questioning your coach and don't trust him, it's really not gonna work, you know? You gotta do it his way. Obviously, that's the reason you have hired him. Unless your coach is asking you to do something stupid.
Well, you've hired him for a reason, so you must trust what he's saying, yeah.
Of course. All right, what's the second one? Overhead extension. Again, I'm gonna do triceps now. So biceps, triceps, biceps, triceps for this workout. So my bicep gets a little bit more break until I do the second exercise for bicep. You know, when I first started training, it was so simple. Like, there wasn't many machines, so you didn't have to worry about adjusting and all that stuff. I would always remember my lifts. But now there's no way I can remember lifts or every single adjustment. That's why I always make notes, so I know, for example, the attachment where it's supposed to go. You know what I mean? Otherwise, I would have no idea.
I train with my brother, and I literally marked down in my notes what position I had the seat at.
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, why does that matter?
I know. It don't matter. It makes a big
does,
difference. Yeah. Okay, I did 22 last time. I'm gonna warm up. It's good. 23. We're gonna up the weight again. Because last time it was pretty comfortable doing 22 kilos and I got 12 reps and I didn't even go to failure. It's good when you track everything so you can see. If you can see here, I put 8 here for this set,
Yeah.
which means I had 2 reps in the tank, right?
Yeah.
So I know if I put the weight up now, I'm able to still get 12 reps. Not every set, but the most important thing is to progress with your lifts. If you can progress without going to failure, leaving 1 rep in the tank, that's good. That means you can recover faster. You know, you'll be good to go for your next session. Like you're not creating too much fatigue, your joints, everything feel good. If you go in fail, I mean, I'm pretty much going to fail every set, to be completely honest with you. Some sets are like failure sets. Like, as long as you're progressing, even if you don't go to failure, it's good. But when I say don't, even 1 to 2 reps in the tank, that set's still really fucking hard. It's not an easy set, okay? Sometimes people like confuse it, be like, I'm asking him to train like a pussy. No, I never asked you to train like a pussy. Train hard. If you just started training, train to failure every set. That's it. You got 12. Ooh. Whew. That was close to failure. Maybe I could get 1 more rep with good form. Maybe.
So you mainly do single arm all the time?
For arms, yes.
Yeah. Compound movements, not so much?
Depends. Like for chest, I never do single arm. But for quads, I do single leg. Obviously, I do a heavier, I always do a compound heavy squat. And then I finish up with a single leg press or anything single for legs, for quads. For hammies, I do a lot of single leg. For lats, majority of them are single. But like for chest, never. For everything else, pretty much I do. For delts, not really. I mean, I use cables, which means you're basically putting same amount of tension on each side, but I don't really do like single arm. But if you have a weak point and you really want to bring it up, it's good to always incorporate single arm or single leg exercises, because you can get more out of it. You know, the mind muscle connection is better. You can line up nicer. Like if you're doing a hamstring curl, you know, you can line up nice. Make sure you're locked in. You're not using your back. There's less momentum when you do it unilaterally. So you get more out of that muscle and you're able to make more progress. Especially if you have imbalances. The only thing that sucks about training a few muscles in one workout is that you need to do a lot of warm-up sets. Like when I have my other leg day, I warm up for biceps first, then triceps, hammies, and then quads at the end. And for quads, I'm doing like 4 or 5 warm-up sets. So I do probably like I swear I do 18 warm-up sets that workout, maybe 20. Not including my actual warm-up at the
I
beginning.
was actually thinking while recording, the amount of warm-ups that you do is almost more than the working.
I know. It's insane. Just because my elbow is gonna be at a different position here, I do like 1-2 reps just to, you know, make sure everything is smooth.
So have you had many injuries?
Big ones only was my adductor, which I torn it. Yeah. I was actually prepping for Detroit Pro, not the one I just did, the year before. It was just before Christmas 2024. Are we 2027 or 6 now? Is it 26 now? We are
26 now, yeah.
Yeah, 24. I was doing legs. I was doing a single leg press. And I was feeling a little bit off, like tight through here. I did my first set, no problem. I did 16, 17 reps. Kept the weight the same. Second set, I'm doing my second set. I got into like 10th rep, and then I went down, bang. I felt something came up from here to here, and I was in excruciating pain. I had one of my mates training with me, so he helped me get out of the machine. They had to literally push the leg press up, because I got stuck. I went down, I couldn't. Oh, bro, I was fucked. I couldn't get up. I couldn't walk. I was fucked. I knew I'd torn it. I knew it. I could feel it, you know? The funny thing was there was no bruise or anything. It was just fucked from inside. Anyway, did the MRI, torn the adductor, and you know how there is a bone here that your abs and your adductor, it's like they attach to the bone. It's the pubic bone. It's right there. My adductor pulled off the bone by 1 centimeter, so my bone moved down as well. It was painful as, and the surgeon is like, look, you can do a surgery, but if you do a surgery, you really need to protect it, and most likely it's gonna happen again. But if you don't do a surgery, you know, the scar tissue is gonna be built up there. In about 6 months, maybe you can train legs again.
6 months.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, I'm not doing a surgery, and I'm gonna recover really fast. You watch.
And how long was the recovery?
So full recovery was probably 3 months.
That's good.
But I was training. I literally went to the gym straight away. I was training upper body, even though I couldn't stand. I was training in crutches. You know.
I reckon that's the best thing. Like keeping everything warm.
Yeah, I was training. I did what I could do. I couldn't sit and like do a chest support row, for example. You know, it was very hard. The first week or two was really hard. Like you couldn't believe it. Like the first 2-3 days, I couldn't even take a shit because I couldn't sit and put pressure down there, and I couldn't take my pants off. I couldn't take my undies off. So my wife was literally doing everything for me. The first few days, I couldn't hold my son. My son was only a few months old. I couldn't do anything. But then I recovered really quickly because I sent off my diet. You know, I took some peptides. They helped. And I just did everything I could possibly do to recover really fast, and I did recover fast. Full leg workout, it was 3 months, but literally 2 weeks after I was doing leg extension and hamstring curls, you know?
That's pretty good. Very quick.
Yeah, and less than a year later, I won 2 pro shows. Less than a year. But that was the best thing that happened to me, I reckon. Maybe I wasn't meant to compete back then. So for this one, I'm taking 3 minutes rest. It's because I'm not doing it unilaterally. For majority of my exercises, I take 3 minutes rest.
So what's your favorite muscle group to train?
Chest, shoulders, and arms. To me, you need no matter what you do, you need big chest, you know, and a tight midsection. That's the most important.
Well, if the shoulders are popping and the midsection's tight, you get that look perfect for classic.
Yeah. I never had a big, massive, like wide clavicle, structure-wise, but been able to, you know, put on some good mass on my delts, and they look pretty good, especially when I'm shredded. The ratio is now pretty solid, but I was never the biggest, widest guy, honestly, and I will never be, I know, but my strength is my conditioning, like just being able to be like really dry, grainy, and vascular on stage, which a lot of guys can't have it. It's genetics, but obviously the way you train, everything else you do, how lean you stay in the growth phase, it all matters. Like 2, 3, 4 years ago, I was always like peeled and grainy, but not as grainy as I am now, you know?
So do you have a favorite bodybuilder that you look up to?
Really. Not really.
Not now, but growing up?
When I first started when I first started training, I was watching videos on YouTube of Jay Cutler, and I was literally just copying him. Jay Cutler was my favorite back then, and then it was Phil Heath. I loved Phil Heath. I watched a lot of videos about, like, I don't really watch videos to be honest, but if I watch videos of bodybuilders training, including Nick Walker, either Nick Walker or Kuba, whatever his name is. You know Kuba?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nick
So only
Walker's,
those two people.
Nick Walker's an animal though.
Yeah,
he's
he
a
is.
monster.
Yeah. Met him in where was Ohio
Yeah. Have you met
for Arnold's backstage.
Have you met Phil Heath and Jay Cutler?
I've met them. No, I've seen them, but I've never like actually met them or talked to them. But I've seen them at the expos and stuff like that. People usually line up, and there's always a massive line. And in my life, I've never waited in line to see a person, no matter who it is. I can't be fucked waiting for 2 hours. I don't have that time. I never had a favorite classic physique bodybuilder because I always thought, you know, I can look like that. I can look, you know, better than this guy. I want to look like this, but I want to have a bit of this and that. I want to look better. You know what I mean? But to me, Phil Heath is someone I can never look like, no matter what.
Pure genetics.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm smaller than everyone, so I can look up to anyone.
Nah. You're a big boy. Biceps done. Just have one more for triceps. And then we get to legs. Just 1, 2 reps. Yeah. And I do a set like that just to feel it. I might just do 1 rep. If it feels good, I'm good, you know. But sometimes it takes me 2 or 3 reps. Sometimes I start feeling my tendon after the, you know. So I can do a little bit more. Then I'm good for my set. Like this side, I might do like 2 always. If I'm doing 1, because it feels a little bit tender. As one for triceps, we are doing a cross-body extension to hit the short head and the medial head. And then we move on to hammies. So 3 sets here. Last time I got 12 reps with this, but it was pretty heavy. The last rep wasn't the best. So if I can get 12 clean reps, that's a win for me. What do you reckon? Was that clean?
Could have been cleaner. Sorry, bro.
I think that was pretty good.
That was a good set, yeah. Looked good on the camera too.
Ah. Now we rest. That was good.
So how do you reckon you'll be positioned this year?
For Olympia?
It's a lot of big names.
I know. I always say, like, as long as I look my best. I know I'm going to look my best, but I would like to be in that top 10 call out. If I'm in the first call out, I'll be happy. But if I'm not, nothing's going to change. We keep working. It's my first Olympia. See what happens. But I know if I just bring a little bit more size, which I'm going to my arms and back, which I think it's been added. And if I'm a little bit tighter, which I know I can be, no one can beat me when it comes to conditioning. So if my conditioning is on point, I can stand next to anyone, you know? And I think the size, we have the size now. It's gonna be interesting.
I think you've got the real old school type of conditioning as well. Like how
Yeah,
they
the
were back
graininess,
then, yeah.
Yeah. If we can just improve a little bit on that, that would be unmatched. No one can match it, to be honest. So Detroit's package with a little bit more arms and lats and just a tad sharper. Which people say, oh, it's impossible, but I say this every time this year I'm prepping for a show. I say I want to be a little bit sharper and a little bit bigger, and it happens. I know it can happen. Anything's possible, it's bodybuilding. Oh yeah.
So how does it work? This year, you're obviously competing for the first time. How does it work next year? Do you automatically get a pass or you still have to earn it?
Every year you have to earn it.
Yeah.
There's no way passes. You have to win 2 pro shows.
Even if you win the Olympia?
No. If you're top 3 Olympian, you're qualified for next year. But if you're not top 3, you have to win 2 shows, or you have to win 1 really big show like Arnold Classic or Dubai Pro. There are like 4 or 5 shows. If you win them, you're qualified direct. But then it's just 2 wins usually. Yeah. So you have to qualify every year. But if you win Olympia once, you are qualified for life. So if Phil Heath wants to jump on the stage now, literally and do Olympia, he can do it.
So when you got the news, when you won the title to make you head to Olympia, what was the feeling?
It was the best feeling, bro. I mean, I worked my ass off for it for years. You know, I started competing in 2016, and after my first show, I'm like, you know what? I want to make it to Olympia. I want to win Olympia. And I got this tattoo in 2017 or 18, which is Olympia. It says thoughts become things. So literally 10 years in the making. 10 years of like working towards a goal. Not just weight training, I was training before that as well, but 10 years of having that goal and thinking about it and putting in the work every day, you know?
Such a mental sport, isn't it?
It is. It's not like, I could have, like after my first pro shows, I mean, first pro show, it was fun because I was top 5. But then the second season as a pro, which was 2 years after that, and I made so much improvement, I went in and I came like 10th or something. You know, it was obviously heartbreaking. I was so upset. I thought I could have placed higher. I could have just given up, like that, you know. A lot of people would give up. It's not easy. I worked for 2 years after my first pro shows, and my place was worse. And I gave it absolutely everything. Literally everything I had. I had one goal, you know, to make it to Olympia. But then I go in, I come 10th, 12th, or whatever.
And the amount of work that you have to put in for the
A
year
lot of
to
work.
come.
A lot of work, you know, a lot of sacrifices. But then I realized, you know what, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. As long as you're putting in the work and you're looking your best, you know, you gotta look like Mr. Olympia before you get qualified for Olympia. If I can look really fucking good and go to Olympia and be in like top 6 call out, that's a fucking big win for me, right? And if I qualified 3 years ago, I would have been dead last at the Olympia, you know? Yeah.
Everything happens when it needs to happen.
Everything happens for a reason, and it happens at the right time. Yeah. 80 minutes and arm is finished. So we're doing hammies now. Gonna do warm-ups. I like doing this unilaterally. It feels so much better. When I do this bilaterally, I always end up using my lower back somehow. I can never be like locked in fully like this. And I've been doing this for a few months, and honestly, I've made a lot of progress. With more the actual size on the hammies, rather than just the strength. The strength is going up as well, but the look has improved. First set. Start with my weak side. Which is left again, even for the legs. I know you're gonna ask a question now. No? This is my good side. Not my good side. I'm left-footed, so. All right, you're gonna get 8 reps. I think it was 8, if I'm not wrong. Let's go. That was tough. Now it takes 3 minutes. My quad's sore from the pad.
You look very stable doing that one too.
Yeah, it feels stable. That's the reason why I'm doing it unilateral. I'm not using my back too much. Yeah, it's a good movement, bro. I do this twice. So on my lower days, I always do this. I don't do laying hamstring curls because that one it just never feels right for me. With this one, I find it easier to progress. You know, it feels good.
Did you say your quads are probably your strongest muscle?
I wouldn't say strongest, but they're pretty strong. I don't know if they're the strongest. Well, I'm not really trying to add size to my quads. I never had big legs when I was younger. That's funny. I didn't have big legs. Now I think they look pretty good.
I still don't have big legs.
Yeah. I don't know if my strongest. I have like, my chest is pretty good. My midsection is pretty good detailed. My quads are good. I know my weaknesses, but like there is not one muscle that I would say it like stands out so much. I feel like I have a good balance, but there is some weaknesses that I think they are weakness. You might look at my arms and you'll be like, oh, your arms are huge, you know? But they used to be so much smaller, and I feel like they can still be a little bit bigger.
Yeah, I reckon your delts are really good.
Exactly, and they used to be a weakness, so
yeah.
I focus on them, I brought them up, now they're good.
Even from the different angle on the tricep movement, rear delt was popping so much.
Yeah, yeah. So they used to be a weakness as well. I focused on them. I was training delts 3 times a week. Nothing crazy, like 2 exercises, mostly lateral raises and stuff, different variations. Well, yeah, I mean, whatever muscle I feel like is my weakness, I focus on it, and I make sure each time I train, I absolutely nail it and I progress. And that's how they get stronger, and over time, they get bigger as well. One muscle that bends the most is hamstring curls. The after bend is worse. Is the same for you? or no? Hammies. Christ. Hey, bro. Almost. Yeah, bro. Oh my God. Man. No, actually, I lied. The worst one is delts for me.
The most hated or
Not the
weakest?
hated. Feel the most burn, after burn.
Oh, got it.
After my set, when I'm doing delts, I can't do, it's like we get restless, you know? You put your arms up, it's setting, put your arms down. You can't do anything.
So that was one for me that it took a while to get the mind muscle connection.
Oh,
The
delts?
delts, yeah. But once you do get it, you're right. It feels like you can't lift your arm.
Yeah. It's crazy, hey? There's so much shit you do. You don't realize you're doing so much shit, and there's so much details that goes into bodybuilding because you're so used to it,
Correct, yeah.
you know?
But for someone else that isn't used to it,
Yeah,
that's why a lot of people I reckon would love this kind of stuff because they see exactly what's required to do it.
yeah.
And even still, this itself is only like a third of what you might do.
Yeah.
Outside nutrition, supplements.
But like you're so used to it because you do that all the time, and to you it's like all normal.
Second nature.
You know, I was talking to one of my clients. Like he's like, you work so hard, you know, for bodybuilding and stuff like that. You're so consistent. I'm like, to me, it doesn't feel like because it's my lifestyle. I want to eat the same food every day. I enjoy my food. I don't want to eat out. Even if I wasn't competing, I would do the same thing. I would still train. If anything, I was training more. You know. Now because the intensity is higher, I've kind of pulled back. I'm training 2 days on, 1 day off. Before I was training 6 days, 7 days, you know? All right, last one. The best one. Ooh, hurts. I hate this. I hate this so much. I do it every third day. Maybe that's why. So here I'm focusing more on the eccentric and making sure I come down slow. From here, this is where I can feel the tension, and I go down. 4, 3, 2, 1, up. 5, 4. Oh! Oh. It's a lot harder than what it looks like.
I've done the Nordic curls before, but not on the machine.
It's really hard, but it's good. It's good. Not every gym has this. I really want to get 12 because I don't want to do an extra set.
What a great motivation.
I know. Fuck.
Come on. Come on. Nice.
Oh,
Well done.
fuck. It bends too much. Not fun. Training is not fun anymore. Done. Workout's done. 2 hours. Can you see that? And 16 minutes.
Big sesh. A lot of talking.
Long session. It usually takes me about 2 hours, to be honest.
Yeah.
It was a good workout, bro.
No, it's good, man.
Thanks for filming it. 12 weeks out from Mr. Olympia.